Marty from the Bay Area, right here in Northern California, mainly in the Bay Area, Santa Clara County, and San Jose. And today I would like to share with you 8 reasons people sell their house. Now, I come down to a lot of reasons during my research and my study about the 8 reasons why people want to move. Here is 8 I would like to share with you. First one is you need to move when you have a job transfer, relocation, even company downsize that you no longer can afford to pay for this house anymore. That you need to move. Simply because perhaps your family reunion that you want to move away with the family. You don't need this house anymore. And you are ready to move, reunite with your family, go somewhere else to get a better job, to have a better secure future. So therefore, you can sell your house because you want to move. And that's how I found out the first reason, number one reason people sell their house. Number two, that is getting expensive. Now, right here in the Bay Area, a lot of people understand the house is getting expensive. In return of that, they need to pay higher tax and they need to pay higher service and goods because everything goes up in the Bay Area. That we understand getting expensive, you cannot afford, therefore you want to move out. You want to get the money you already have in the house to go somewhere else to restart a different house, different life. So this is 2 main reasons that people would move. The third thing is also currently we have a low interest rate. Now remember, back in March 2020 of this year, that we have interest rate was 4%, which is already low, and they dropped down to 3.5 due to the pandemic. But during the summertime, it got worse and the interest rate got lower. Right now, in the beginning of December, we actually have a lower interest rate. It can go down as low as 2.875. And if you can secure by paying 25% down of your house down payment, then you might be able to lock in for 2.5%, which is very, very good because we don't see this for past 40, 30 years, which is quite substantial savings right here for people to buy a house. That's why people want to buy. That's the main reason. And also the next thing is make mistake. Now we know a lot of people, the first time home buyer, they particularly make a mistake because they didn't do a lot of research. They didn't know where to find for their first dream home. And they were rushed because they didn't know where, and a lot of things going on that they need to buy the house to move in. Not a lot of choices they can do. So what happened was they move in, they pay the down payment, and later they find out the house has a lot of deficiencies. And that's not just say for the inspection for the house deficiency. It is for maybe perhaps the neighborhood, maybe the noise coming from the train, maybe is nearby there are factories, they are business area. In the morning they were starting to get very busy, getting a lot of noise. At nighttime, perhaps a lot of people walking around that make the area insecure. That can all happen to one of these reasons, that they think they made a mistake. They wanted to find a better house for the second time. Another thing that is change your neighborhood. Now, a lot of people live in a good neighborhood. They have a good friends because neighborhood help each other. They have a neighborhood watch. But sometimes after that, neighbor move out. Now, if neighbor move out, you lost that kind of memory, that kind of bond that you have with the neighbor, that kind of security that you don't need to say a word. They will help you to watch your house. You don't need to say anything. It's a holiday. They bring food to you, celebrate with you. That kind of feeling is gone. That make you want to move out. So that happens during my study. This thing, it did happen. And also another thing is accumulated equity. Now remember, as long as you live, you pay your mortgage, your principal is going to go down. And another good thing to happen there is accumulative of your house value because the appreciation of the house in the area. So in terms of that, you get a lot of returns. In terms of equity, you get equity a lot, which you're not going to see it in money, but you can see it in the value. When you check on with the zeros.com, you can check on with the Trulia Riffing. All that website will tell you your house current value, and you comparison that with your current mortgage principal, then you know that you actually increase your value of the house throughout the years because you pay every month. So that equity is actually helping you out. That's the reason why a lot of people want to use the equity to buy another house. They sell this house, then they can pay off their mortgage, and they left over this much. Then they can buy another house, use this much money for their down payment, and then get less of mortgage payment, plus the low interest rate. So now is really the best time. Then the next thing we have is the different interests and the priorities. Now, people like the dream home, and if they still don't feel the current house they live in is not their dream home, they want to change. They want to move to the place. Perhaps they want kids to go to better school district. Then they want to move to a better school district, or they want to move out that area that is close to the business area. They want to move to more residential area so that they can enjoy their life. People change differently. Oh, also, the kids, if they grown up, they need more space. The original house with smaller space, less bedroom, less bathroom, is not substantially fit for family anymore. Therefore, they will move out. They move somewhere else to get their house better, to get their house a bigger size house, to supersize your house. So the priority becomes different. That's the main reason people move. And also, the one last thing I want to introduce you is a change in relationships. Now, if you marry, obviously you don't leave your current house anymore. You want to move to with your significant others to just move out with them, with your husband or wife. Or they also another thing is can be divorce. Now, if you divorce, obviously one person's income cannot sustain this house expense. So therefore, you just need to sell your house and get split up the profit, and half for you, half for me. We go our own way. Therefore, you sell your house. Or we have perhaps someone in the family passed away that give you a lot of memory, which I understand is very sad, but it happens, and you don't want to live in the house anymore. So you will sell your house to somebody else. Or single person that is older, he lives alone by himself and he passed away. Then court will decide this house either give to his children as a stay, or they will go somewhere else, sell the house. Usually, if his house is not good, or the family is already getting their own independent, the kids are already independent, they have their house somewhere else, they live somewhere else, they don't need a house anymore. That's why they will sell the house to get money for the cash. So these are the 9 reasons I would like to share with you. And I want to do a recap. For the 8 reasons people who want to sell their house. First, you need to move. Getting expensive, low mortgage interest rate. They made a mistake. Change your neighborhood. That will make their change too. Accumulated equity. They can make more money. Different interests and priorities. Change in relationships. So there you have it. We're done with today's. Remember, these 8 things are quite important. During my research, people move. They want to sell their house. More importantly is get their money back so that they can move on somewhere else. By the way, if you like my video, please subscribe, and on the way out to like my video, share it with other people if you will. Come back next time. We'll talk more. Thank you so much.